All right, looks like I think we're live. It looks like we're live. Let me just get back over to where I was. There we go. All right, well, it is another Wednesday afternoon, and I'm very, very excited to be here with you again, as usual. So we are live streaming this to several Facebook channels as well as our YouTube channel and Instagram. And I'm always happy to be with you here on a Wednesday and just teach you the latest truth. We are extremely passionate about the fact that you do not have to remain stuck in the broken big pharma. Let me try to say that again. It is a broken big pharma funded conventional system, and it is broken. And it does not serve you. And the reason why it doesn't is because doctors are just band-aiding things with big pharma and surgeries instead of doing the latest science and looking for those root causes and then helping you fix those root causes. And this is what medicine is supposed to be. That's a big fat duh, right? But we kind of got hijacked over the years into the whole big pharma thing, and we kind of got brainwashed by it. And so now we think that we just have to run to the doctor, and the doctor gives us a pill, and we're supposed to be fixed. Only, gee, that's not working out too well, is it? I know that it didn't work out too well for me, right? And I was brainwashed as a scientist in that whole scheme as well. But now I learned, and now I'm healed, and now I help other people heal. And so we know that we just need to align ourselves up with the truth of science, which is actually God's truth of science, right? And so what I want to talk to you today about is these like over 600,000 research studies that have been done that are pretty conclusive. I mean, this is proof right here, okay? This is evidence. This is not just, oh, hey, why don't you just change your diet and you'll feel better, okay? There's way more to precision root cause medicine than that, folks, okay? So if that's what you believe, I hope that you will let me help you to change your mind today, because there really is so much more science out there than what your doctor even knows. There is way more science than what is being taught in medical schools today. The medical schools and your doctors are an average of 17 years behind the latest science. And that is true. I'm going to show you a paper on that today. So hang around here. Let's look at this. Because look, 600,000 research studies around the world cannot be wrong. Okay? We know for a fact what the problem is. We know the root causes for why you are sick. We know how to reverse it, and we know how to prevent it. Okay? That's the latest science. And what do all these 600,000 different research studies point to? They point to the fact that if you have pretty much any symptom that's chronic at all, that it boils down to chronic inflammation. Now, I have people tell me all the time, oh no, I'm in remission. I have no inflammation. I'm like, yeah, no, you're on a drug that hits your immune system in the face and keeps your inflammation low by damaging the cellular function of the immune system. That's what you have when you take biologicals and methotrexate and all these other things. Okay, this is the science. Please know this, because things like biologicals and methotrexate, read those package inserts. And what will they tell you? They will tell you that they're dangerous drugs, that they will lead to things like leukemias, cancers, really bad things, very bad infections. Why? Because they are damaging your immune system. They are damaging you at the cellular level. This is what I'm talking about when I say that we have a broken, big pharma funded sick care system. Okay, because they give us these drugs in hopes that it will somehow, keep us from dying as fast from these terrible chronic autoimmune diseases that we have. And then we are fooled into believing that, okay, we're doing the right thing. We're putting our disease in remission. What we're actually doing is we're creating even more chronic inflammation in other areas of our body. And it backfires. And that's why we develop things like cancers and leukemias and invisible infections that get out of control. Okay. I hope you're listening to me. I hope you're hearing me tell you the truth. Okay. If you want to get better, you absolutely must change the way you choose to do your medicine and your healthcare. Okay. You absolutely must. There is no other way. You can continue down that path and continue being band-aided and continue, being given medications that are actually making you worse in the long run. Or you can actually do the right thing and you can find your root causes. You can get rid of your chronic inflammation naturally and properly, right? By getting rid of the real reason why you have it in the first place. All right. So let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, I want to show you some papers because, people like to see these things. Okay. This is a paper that was put out pretty, not that long ago, right? And this is like, the beginning of the functional revolution and the precision root cause medicine revolution, right? Where we're starting to see absolute real evidence in the science that shows that if we just go to the root cause and start doing something about it, start being more responsible and more knowledgeable about our own health, then we can actually make a big difference. Look at this one, functional medicine, an operating system for integrative medicine. So actually, this is a little bit of an older paper too. This was written by the godfather of functional medicine himself. And now functional medicine has become precision root cause medicine, right? Because we want you to know that how we can help you is by very precisely learning what your root causes of your inflammation is. And then we can teach you how to take care of those root causes very specifically, very precisely, very personally. And that's why we get such great results. Okay. And it's not just me. Okay. Doctors and scientists around the world are doing this for people now. Okay. So if you're not doing it, you're leaving your health on the table. You really are. You're not as educated as you need to be. And I say that very kindly. You need to get educated that there is new science. There are things that you can do that are way different than what you've been doing with your conventional doctor. Okay. And so here's another one. This was a huge paper that came out in JAMA, which is literally the most prestigious the Journal of American Medical Association. Okay, the most prestigious conventional scientific journal. Okay, yet they published a study on functional medicine and that model of care. It was a huge study with over 7,200 people. And what did they find? They found that literally there are proven significantly larger improvements over conventional healthcare. Boom. Okay. Boom. Do I have to say any more? Check out this paper. This is the one that I was telling you about. The study was done regarding the new science, any new science in medical care, and how long it takes to actually get not only into the medical school so that it can be taught to new doctors, but into the hands of practicing doctors. And they found that the conventional medical system lags behind the latest science by an average of 17 years. Now, I'm sorry, but that kind of pisses me off a little bit. I'm a Christian woman and I still get a little pissed off. I don't think it's okay because this is not okay. Okay. When I was diagnosed, I was given an average of 10 years to live. Okay. People die within 17 years. This is not okay. This is a broken system, people. And you need to know that. And you need to wake up, open your eyes, and get out of that old system that is not serving you. Okay. And you've got to start doing the latest science. And that means that you need to come to people who are experts in it. Okay. People who have been trained in this. Your conventional doctor is not. They are not. Unless they have decided to start going into the functional path, right? Which many doctors are now. This is true. We are in the evolution of medicine. Doctors are changing their practices. It's just very hard for them to do so, you guys, okay? Think about this. They are stuck in the insurance model. Their licensure basically dictates what they can and cannot do. They literally have to give up practicing under their license most of the time in order to do all the latest science. Okay, that's how broken our conventional medical system is. That's why scientists like me, because we're educators, we can teach you the truth, right? And we can, essentially fly under the radar. Right? Because we're not controlled by the insurance system. Scientists are not, right? We are educators, right? With a master's degree, with a PhD education, we are educators. So we can get on here and we can help you and we can teach you new things and we can teach you, we can show you the testing. We can analyze the testing for you and teach you what it means. And then we can teach you how to correct your root causes, right? And so that's why having a scientist in your back pocket is a very smart thing to have on your healthcare team. Okay. And it doesn't have to be me. I'm just saying, get a scientist. Okay. Get somebody who thinks on a molecular level, get someone who knows how to do precision root cause care, because that's exactly what you need in order to get well. Look at this one, gut microbiome in health and disease, linking the microbiome, the gut, and the brain axis and the environmental factors that are involved in disease, okay? And this one's specifically talking about all different kinds of systemic and neurodegenerative diseases, bad things, okay? Like brain issues, okay? Joint issues, really bad things. And we know now that if you have a leaky gut, you have a leaky brain. And how do you know if you have a leaky gut or if you have a leaky brain? Well, let me ask you this question. Let's just figure this out right now. Do you have any symptoms? And you're going to say, well, yeah, I got this, or I got that, or, I have headaches, or I have, I get really tired every time I eat, or I have terrible joints, or I have arthritis, or I have a full-blown autoimmune disease, or I have thyroid disease, or I have, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever you have, if you have symptoms, the answer is yes, you do have leaky gut, and yes, you do have leaky brain. What we found back in 2007, researchers at Harvard found, and that is out of the lab of Alessio Fasano, and then everybody tried to prove him wrong, and they actually wound up proving him right. I love it when science works that way, and the underdog gets proven right, because he was right. If you basically have any symptoms at all, you have a problem with your gut. It stems from your gut, but there's even deeper root causes than that, okay? And we need to help you figure out what those are, right? But look at this slide. Oh my goodness. I love showing this slide because this is like a compilation of the different things that we know that are associated with gut dysbiosis, basically problems in the gut, okay? And it has to do with just about everything. all kinds of neurological symptoms, even bad things like schizophrenia and Alzheimer's disease and autism in children, attention deficit disorder, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, depression and anxiety, Huntington's, epilepsy. The list goes on and on and on and on. And these are just the neurological things, folks. Okay? Your body, any symptom in your body is going to be linked to your gut health. And your gut health is very much linked to, of course, what you eat, but also other underlying root causes that are very, very important for you to find and for you to fix in order to really get your health back. Okay. All right. So look at this one, gluten sensitivity from gut to the brain. Oh my goodness. People think it's just a fad to be gluten-free. It's not a fad. It's not a fad. The gluten and the type of gluten that we have today is literally creating gut issues. And I know we love our bread, but come on, do you love being sick? We've got to do something about this. We've got to be responsible and take control of our health. Look at this. Look at this. People think that, oh, well, my mom had Hashimoto's, or my mom had this, or, my dad had that, so therefore I'm going to have it too. The science says the opposite, folks. The science says that you can control the way your genes express from moment to moment. You just have to know how. And that's what we teach you. Okay. When you work with scientists, that's what we teach you. So what exactly is causing all this chronic inflammation and leaky gut and all this craziness going on in you? Well, it's three things. And this is what the science boils down to. 600,000 research studies cannot be wrong about this, okay? So you need to learn this. Don't be ignorant about it. Don't put your head in the sand. Don't think that I'm just a snake oil salesman just trying to sell you something, because those are lies, okay? The truth is that the science is real. The science knows why you have your illness, and we also know how to not only prevent it, but we also know how to reverse it to a great extent. So you can take advantage of this today. You don't have to wait for 17 years until your doctor finally starts using this kind of healthcare. Okay, you don't have to wait. So it's toxicities, it's cellular deficiencies, and it's stress. Those are the three main reasons why you have your chronic inflammation and why you are sick in the first place. And so this is what we call the genius disease model. I love showing this slide because it's pretty for one thing. But really what it is it is just showing you the truth. These are the types of root causes that we find in people every single day. And once we find these root causes, we fix them. And once you fix them, you feel better. That's just the simple truth, you guys. That's how simple it is, right? Now, in reality, walking through fixing your root causes, okay, it does take time. It's not a quick fix. You do have to learn how to change your life and be more responsible about the way you take care of yourself. And I'm just very honest and upfront about that. This is not some little thing that you can do for a few months and do a couple of protocols and maybe do a cleanse or two, and then you're all better. Okay. You're going to have to learn how to change the way you live for the rest of your life if you want to be healthy, because the way we've all been raised is absolutely sickness producing. Our society is totally sickness producing. Your grocery store produces very severe illness, epidemic illness. All these restaurants that you go to all the time produce epidemic, chronic, severe illness and death. And I'm just honest about it because this is the job that the Lord gave me to do. That's why I'm sitting in front of you still alive today, because I'm no longer sick. And I was very sick, and I'm supposed to be dead right now, according to all of my training, according to all of my specialists. I'm not supposed to be sitting in front of you right now, and I'm healthier today at 60 years old than I have ever been, even back when I was a teenager. That's what the new science can do for you. That's what it did for me, and that's what it can do for you. And so, obviously, we need to find all of your toxins. Okay, toxins are the number one reason why you are sick. Okay, they block your cellular receptors so that you can't get good nutrition and you can't get everything that you need into the cell. And the presence of toxins actually creates the presence of cellular deficiencies. It's like this horrible catch 22. But we're going to add a third little circle to this, because look, if you've got toxins and therefore you have cellular deficiencies, and you're stuck in this place where you're having symptoms and you're scared of them, and they feel terrible, and you're just getting worse and worse. And then the doctor gives you medicine and that makes one thing better, but it makes 10 other things worse. Then you get stressed, and now you've got this whole big mess. And it goes back to what I just told you a minute ago. It goes back to those root causes of the toxins, the cellular deficiencies, and the stress. And this is why you're sick. This is why you feel terrible. This is why you have no control over whether you're going to feel good or whether you're going to feel bad from one day to the next. This is why you need to find these root causes, and you need to get busy fixing them. Because you will feel so much better when you're on the path of following the latest science, because you will know that you're taking control of your health. You are no longer in the place of being a victim and being stuck and being scared of all your symptoms. When you know what's causing them, and you also know how to fix those causes, you are now in a place of being the CEO of your own health. You are now in a place of awesome control. It's still going to take some work. Yeah, it sure is. But, if you've got good people around you who are experts and they know how to help you, and they're never going to leave you alone, and they're going to put you in these loving groups of people, and we're all doing this together, oh my goodness, there is no way you can fail. There's just no way you can fail, right? And so come on. Let's get busy, folks. Let me please convince you to do this. And if you don't do it with me, please find someone that knows their stuff and knows how to do this, because you have to. You have to. Otherwise, you're just leaving your health on the table. And I'm passionate and honest about this because I'm just simply telling you the truth. Okay? This is what you got to do to get well. We've got to find all of those biotoxins, like the overgrown gut pathogens and even things that aren't pathogens, but because they're overgrown, they're creating extra toxins and they're creating inflammation in your body, like the mold and the fungus and the candida and the parasites. Ooh, I know that sounds crazy, but everybody's got them. Okay, this is information that just recently came out last year from our own government CDC. Everybody's got parasites. Most of us have overgrowths of them. And why? Because we live in a toxic society that feeds us crap from the grocery store and from fast food restaurants. Okay, and that creates a disbalance in the gut where parasites can overgrow. Okay, and so you got them, you need to fix them. They're incredibly inflammatory. And you'd be surprised some of the things that we see coming out of our clients. I'm not going to get gross. I promise you, I won't get gross, but there are some crazy things. Okay. Viruses, bacteria, all kinds of living things in your body, in your mouth, in your gut, throughout all your cavities, on your skin, in your organs, in your brain. Okay, they're there. And we can find them very easily with simple tests. And they're not that expensive, really. And when you look at when you look at, what it costs to do something like this, yes, you are working outside the insurance model. And don't turn me off right now just because I said that, right? Because look, you spend money on a big screen TV and that iPhone. Why wouldn't you spend that same money on your health? Why? I mean, and why are you spending $8, $9, $1,000 a month sometimes on your insurance when that insurance is really not getting to the root cause of your problem? Hello. So as a root cause practitioner myself, I operate completely outside of the insurance model for my own care and for the care of my family, because that's the smart and the wise thing to do. I do not carry normal insurance. What I carry is catastrophic insurance. So, because anybody could get in a car accident. Okay. Anybody can have some major terrible thing happen to them that they need conventional care for. Okay. And so we're not completely against conventional care. What we are against is we're against the broken chronic illness system. Okay. That many, 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 many people are stuck in, and there's no reason for it because we have the science to fix it. And that's what really pisses me off. Sorry, I probably should not use that word, but I say it like that for emphasis. Okay. Because you guys are being fooled. I was talking to a lady earlier this week who she was trying to convince me that, oh no, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, because she's on all this medication and therefore she's in remission. And I'm just shaking my head going, oh my God, no. That's how people develop cancers. Okay. That's how people get worse and worse over time. Okay. So, talk to anyone with a severe autoimmune disease who has been on biologicals or prednisone or any of these other medications for a long time, and they will all tell you the same thing. They are worse. They are worse. Okay. And they are worse with a lot of other different symptoms now, right? This is why autoimmune diseases are deadly, no matter how much medication you throw at them. The medication is part of the problem. And there is a better way. Science has our answers. We just need to be willing to open our eyes, stop sticking our heads in the sand and thinking, oh no, only my doctor knows my answers. That's just wrong, you guys. It's just wrong. Doctors are trained in this tiny little subset of how to fix you with pharmaceuticals and surgeries. That's what they're trained in. That's all they know. Okay. You want the latest science, you're going to have to talk to a scientist, or you're going to have to talk to people who are actually operating outside of that system. Okay. So you can get the real truth and you can finally get your health back. Okay. So got to do all those biological toxins. Got to look at all the other kinds of toxins too, the chemicals and the heavy metals and the environmental toxins and PFASs and all this stuff that we are exposed to. You need to get most of that out. Now, to this day, I'm still working on that because we're continually being exposed. But I have gone from a place of having like a complete overload of toxic chemicals in my body to a place where I've gotten about 85% of them gone. How much you want to bet that makes me feel better when my body's not carrying all those dangerous things? Okay. And I can show you lists of all these different chemicals and what they do to you. Proven science of what they do to you. So don't think, well, okay, well, everybody's exposed, so therefore it's not a big deal. I actually heard someone say this to me. And I literally just went like what? Like me as an immunotoxicologist, okay, I've studied this, the master's and PhD level. And I think, how on earth could anyone be that ignorant to think that they could be overloaded with toxins and it's not a big deal and it doesn't cause illness? Well, I mean, this is what I spent half my life studying. And I'm like, really? People actually think that? It just blew my mind. And I'm not being arrogant. I'm just like, what? How could people not know that toxins make you sick? I mean, really? Really? I mean, so open your eyes and realize you got to find these things and you have to move them out. Okay. And you have to really move them out. They don't have to be 100% out. We're always being exposed to some stuff. It's true. But you need to learn how to live in a different way so that most of it is out of your body. Otherwise, it will overload your immune system and you will be sick. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. So, but what happens when you've got these toxins in your body and when things are a little crazy that way? What happens is then you develop cellular deficiencies. And so anyone who helps you with your healthcare today, they better get down to the cellular and the genetic level for you. If they are not getting to the cellular, the metabolic, the hormonal level, and the genetic level, if they are not doing that for you, then you are just leaving your health on the table. Okay. You must be working at the cellular level. You must be removing toxins. You must know what your genetic predispositions are. I can't talk. Your genetic predispositions. You need to know what those are, and you need to know how to take care of your own genes so that you can overcome some of those predispositions that will naturally lead you to developing things like cancer or Alzheimer's or, chronic autoimmune diseases or heart disease. If you know that you've got genetics like that, then you better do something about it, and you can. You are not stuck. You are not a victim of your genes. You can control the way your genes express from moment to moment to a very significant degree, and you've got to be able to learn how to do this. All children should be given a genetics test nowadays with the knowledge that science has now. Every single child should be tested, and every single mom and dad should know how to raise that child up to prevent and care for their own genetics and prevent disease, is what I'm trying to say. That's the truth. That's the science that we have readily available to us today, and very few people are using it. And this is maddening to scientists like me. Okay. And there are, thousands of us around the world who are trying to teach this to people, and people just, oh, well, I'll just use my insurance and go to my doctor and take my pills because I don't want to stop eating sugar. Well, okay. That certainly is your choice. But if that's the way you choose to live, then you will be sick, And so that's the choice. The choice is you live like everybody else and you wind up being sick because everybody's sick. Everybody's got something. Everybody's on, by the time they're, 40, 50 years old, they're on several different medications. By the time they're 60, they're on an average of 7 different medications. By the time you're, 70, you're a walking disaster. You're a heart attack waiting to happen. Your Alzheimer's waiting to happen. This is not the way we were meant to live, you guys. It's not. And science has a better way, but we have to teach you how to do it. And it means that you get to eat like a king or a queen. It means that you get to choose the best foods, the most delicious foods that are absolutely nourishing and wonderful for your body and make you feel great. But it's not just about food. You've got to learn how to take care of your body better. You got to get rid of those toxins and keep them from building up. You got to take care of your genetics. You have to get yourself tested once a year for your cellular deficiencies, and whatever you find, you've got to fix. Because, if you're walking around for years without enough vitamin D, you will be sick. There's no way around it, right? You're walking around for years without enough B vitamins, without enough glutathione, without enough antioxidants, without enough minerals. Guess what? You're going to be sick. There is no way around it. It's not rocket science, you guys. It's really not. And these things are totally fixable. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to desperately convince you of, is that these things are totally fixable. But guess what? It requires you to be responsible. It requires you to actually take the bull by the horn and decide, I'm done with this crazy crap. I am done being controlled by my illness. I am done being stuck in this mess and running back and forth to the doctor and having to pay for all these prescriptions and having to take these prescriptions and feeling like a wimp and feeling like a hypochondriac. I'm done. That's what you need to do. You need, get good and pissed off at your illness. Right? And just say, no, I'm done. And if there's a better way, dang, I sure want it. And I know you do. I know you do. And so that's what we're here to offer you, is we're offering you a way to freedom. We're offering you a way out, right? It's not that hard. I think we all can do this. I really do, especially if you surround yourself with, good expert advice and loving, compassionate people, right? And we're all doing this together. Hey, I've got to work on my health for the rest of my life too, right? So we're all doing this together, and it just works. It honestly does. So, all right. So what do I want to show you next? Let's see. These are like all the different things that can be part of that whole toxic overload thing. These are some of the many cellular deficiencies, but there's even more than this. And yeah, we've got to keep you in a positive mindset doing this too, because if you think you're incurable, guess what? You probably will be. And so we don't want you stuck in that place. We want to help you come away from that place and walk in true health freedom, which is what you can do. Okay, and I'm going to pass up some of these slides just so that I can show you specifically how do we do this? It's not that hard. First, we got to get you some good testing. We've got to, not the LabCorp and the Quest stuff that even, like a lady came to me yesterday and was telling me that she was working with a functional provider and all they did was LabCorp and Quest tests. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, really? No genetics, a little bit. They did do a little bit of invisible infection testing, no toxin testing, just a whole bunch of, the vitamins and minerals. Okay, that's great, but only in the blood. Only in the blood, not intracellularly, where it really matters, right? Who cares how much stuff you have in your blood? What we really care about is whether it can get into the cell and whether the cell can actually use it, metabolize it, and move it out, okay? And there are very specific tests to know that now, but your doctor doesn't use them. It frustrates me so much. The tests are available. We know that we need to see this kind of data in people to help them totally turn their health around. And yet doctors aren't using it. Again, they are 17 years behind the science. So you want to do this kind of work. You want to really get well. You want to really make remarkable, dramatic differences in your health. That's what you can absolutely do. That's what we can promise you. But you're going to have to work outside the insurance model. You're going to have to work with a scientist or, a specifically trained precision root cause specialist. Okay. So we're going to do your testing first. Okay. And we're going to find all those root causes. I promise you that. We're going to find them. Okay. Or at least as many as science will allow us to find. Okay. There's probably more that we haven't even discovered yet, but it doesn't matter because people get amazingly well with what we can do today. Okay. Then we are going to teach you how to correct and to optimize. Okay. And that's very important because you got to find your root causes. That's going to make you feel better right there. Just having tests in front of you in bold color and black and white that say, these are the reasons why you don't feel good. You're not a hypochondriac. It's not all stress. It's not all in your head. There are very specific reasons why your cells don't have what they have, why you've got too many toxins, why, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Here they are. Now, let's get busy. Let's fix them for you. Okay. And so that's what we do here. But finally, it wouldn't do much good if if we just fixed it and then let you go on your way and told you, okay, go back to your old lifestyle because you will just be back. Okay. We've got to teach you how to not only create those long-term dramatic results, but how to actually sustain them for the rest of your life, just like I'm doing, just like hundreds of thousands of people around the world are doing, right? We've reversed chronic illness to a great extent, and we're feeling amazingly better because of it. And we want you to join us. And so this is the bottom line. Right now, you don't know why you're sick, okay? But if you just get started with some good testing, okay, and get wrapped up in a good program that is going to help you to fix those things that we find, then you're going to know why. And you're going to start feeling a lot better about yourself psychologically. You're just going to feel amazingly better knowing that you're actually doing the latest science to help yourself feel better. And this is Scott. He says I'm a genius, but I'm not. I really am a medical detective, though. That's the kind of brain that God gave me. And Scott was misdiagnosed with a very severe autoimmune disease called Wagner's disease that can kill you in about 2 years. And so that, of course, blew his whole life apart. But then, the Lord, there are no coincidences in life. Right. And so the Lord just put Scott and I together. He just happened to watch one of my videos one day. And now he's back to surfing again. He used to be a professional surfer. And now he's back to surfing again. He feels so much better. He says he got his life completely back. You can find his testimony. Actually, it will make you cry. It really will, because he's a grown man and he starts crying during this testimony. You can find that on our YouTube channel. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to have God's honest science and to be able to use it to help others to absolutely transform their lives. And that's what I get to do every single day. So we transform your health at the cellular level, at the biochemical level, at the metabolic and energy level, at the genetic level, at the hormonal level, at the gut level, at the everything level, okay, at the brain level. All right, you can do this. You truly can. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick win to start feeling better. I know this looks simple and it looks like, that's nothing. All right, trust me. If you just get into a really good habit of doing this every single day, this is water and actually learning how to detox things, because we do live in a very toxic world. Water and learning how to detox on a daily basis is literally your foundation to health. It's like the first most important thing that you need to get right for your health every single day. Water and detoxing. Okay. So like what I do every morning is I get up. Of course, I got to hit the potty real quick. And then I go straight to the kitchen and I get my big old 32 ounce of water in glass, of course. Never, ever, 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 ever drink out of plastic. Every now and then. Okay. Sometimes I do if I'm at church and I'm real thirsty. Okay. But, most of the time you definitely want to, have your glass, right? Plastics are bad for us. So I try to get 32 ounces down every morning. Most of the time I'll get about 24, maybe a little bit more down first. And then, maybe within the next half an hour or so, I'll get the rest of that 32 ounces down. Okay. And usually I put some lemon in it because lemon is just so good for your liver and your gallbladder. And it really helps to keep everything flowing like it should and things not to get gunky and, yucky in there. Right. And yeah, so there's something that even if that's the only thing you start doing, I don't care if you ever pay me a dime, but if you start doing this every single day, it will make a difference in the way your immune system functions. I can show you papers on that. All right. And I want to share my new book. Actually, we changed the cover. And I don't know, it might change again, even because we also changed publishers. So who knows what this book is going to actually look like when it comes out. But we do have the preview of the book right now, and it's got the first chapter, and you can see, you know, the table of contents and everything in it, and you can read the first chapter, and you can also get an advance order of this. And so you can take a picture of the scan code there, and you can get an advance order copy of the book for only $15 when it comes out, hopefully by Christmas. Oh, I hope it comes out by Christmas. You know how publishing is. I don't know, maybe you don't know how publishing is, because I had to learn how publishing is. It can take a while. It can take a while. So it'll hopefully be out by Christmas. If not, it'll be spring, and then you'll have the whole book in your hands. Okay. And I also want to give you like a stupid no-brainer deal to work with us. And you know, this is really, oops, I'm going backwards. I need to go backward. There we go. This is what we do every day. Is we sit down with people and we go over this awesome questionnaire that was developed with millions of dollars worth of research, so that we can actually pinpoint where we think those actual root causes are. And because what that does is it helps us to order the right testing for you, so we don't waste money on testing. Okay, let's face it, testing can get a little pricey because you need it. Okay, and these are the latest scientific tests. Okay, they have come down in price over the years, but they still are going to cost you some money. And so we definitely want to pinpoint exactly what you need, not order more than what you need, so that we can get you results the fastest. And so we're going to sit down with you. We're going to go over those root causes. We're going to figure out exactly the tests that you need, right? And give you a customized testing strategy to save you money. Okay. And then we also want to give you this reverse brain fog and anxiety and depression program as a nice little bonus. Like everybody could use a little help in the neurochemical area. All right. Also, we give you a 10% off a customized lab package. Now, you can order labs individually, or you can order them in a package. And of course, the lab gives us a nice deal the more we order. And so we can pass that savings on to you. I also have this awesome transformation cheat sheet. It's like a step-by-step guide, and I'm actually going to give you that today at the end of our talk. So I'm just going to give you that for free anyway today. And then everyone who works with us, always, we're going to need supplements. We're going to need protocols. You know, even everybody just needs basic supplements that we can't get in our normal nutrition because our soil is depleted. And so everyone needs to take a good magnesium, a good fish oil, a good multivitamin that's got a good B complex, right? These are basics that everybody needs, right? Well, you don't want to be buying those from Walmart or Costco. Okay, please listen to me on that. Most of them are made in China. They're loaded with toxins. They're actually making you sick. Okay, you really want to get good physician grade supplements that are actually at the right dosages, that are actually going to not have you wasting money, but have you actually get good results from them. Okay, and so we give you that full 10% off of those. And here's my promise that I make to you. Now, you can go get this work done in a lot of different places, but I want to promise you that, you know, there's very few scientists out there who are doing this work. The godfather of functional medicine is a scientist. Dale Bredesen, who is curing Alzheimer's, is a scientist. Right? I am a scientist. There are several other scientists out there like me, but we're really a rare breed. Okay. And so if you really want a scientist in your back pocket, and you want people who are actually trained, right? So my training specifically is I'm master's and PhD level in immunotoxicology, which is a study of toxins on the immune system. And I am specialized specifically in autoimmune disease, right? This is what I did in my PhD program. Okay. And so if you want people at that level of expertise to help you, then you want to come here, because all our people here are trained directly by me, and we all work together to help you. Right. So I can absolutely, with the expertise that I have and with the years of experience that I have in precision root cause care, I can guarantee you that I will find your root causes. There's no way you're going to do a test here and us not find anything, right? Like what happens when you go to your conventional doctor. Hello, it's not going to happen with us. I guarantee you that. I also guarantee you that you're going to be provided with the latest state of the art tests, and also the protocols to help you, right? Because we're up on this stuff, right? We're reading the science all the time. We are as up as anybody can be on it, right? And we work with people doing this, hundreds of people, right? And so we know what works and we know what doesn't, right? That takes experience. So you don't want people who are just kind of MDs who are kind of moving into the functional medicine space and they're still learning how to do the testing and they're not yet doing genetics, or, that's actually a really important question to ask. If like you're looking for a functional medicine doctor, ask, are you doing genetics? Do you do a full panel, a metabolic panel? Not just your comprehensive metabolic panel from Quest or LabCorp. I'm talking, are you looking at what's happening at the cellular level in your white blood cells, in your red blood cells, right? In your tissues? Are you actually looking at that, right? Most of them are not. And so if you want that level of expertise and care, then I would definitely invite you to come talk to us, and we'll see if you're a good candidate for our programs here. And we also have medical funding, which is a huge help to many people. But, just so you know, we are a Christian mission here. And so we're going to try to help you in any way we can. Okay. Now, it gets hard sometimes, right? Because we got to deal with the whole money thing. And that's the thing that upsets me the most. I wish that there was no such thing as money. I wish that we could just get past that and just all work together and use the latest science and just get well, right? But we do have to get past the money thing, but there's medical funding, right? We can do this. And in the long run, we're going to spend money on our health either way. And so do you want to spend it in a way that is on pharmaceuticals and on insurance and things that are not going to get you well and not using the latest science and not looking at the root cause? Do you want to do it that way? Do you want to waste your money that way, is what I'm actually saying to you. Do you want to waste your money that way? Or do you want to put your money in the latest science and actually save money in the long run? Because then you're not sick anymore. I think it's a no-brainer, right? I know it's a no-brainer. I don't think it's a no-brainer. I know it's a no-brainer. And so we'll invite you to come here and work with us if you're interested, if you're ready, if you're really ready to be done with this. And I also promise you that we're going to love you with the love of Christ. You are never going to be alone when you work here with us. That we want to be right there with you, and we want to take you by the hand, and we want to lovingly show you the way out of this mess. And that's my mission. All right, so let's just talk about what all this is valued here, what I'm trying to give to you today. This is a package that we've put together that's definitely worth over $2,000, okay? But we're going to give it to you for only $197. And of course, we're doing that because we want to be able to sit down and show you what we can do, all right? And if we sit down together and we show you our expertise and we show you how we can pinpoint things for you, we show you how we can make it easy for you to do this, I think you're going to love it. I honestly do. I think you're going to love it, just like all of our clients do, and you're going to get great results. You're going to feel better. And it's going to be one of the best transforming things you've ever done in your life. So I invite you to go ahead and take advantage of that. And I also want to make sure, I got to tell you about Pam though. Pam says, Dory in her program gave me answers when I was told there were none. Dory gave me hope when I was told I was hopeless. You are never hopeless. And best of all, Dory gave me support when others walked away. Yeah, that's what we love doing here, right? We love you guys. We really want to see you get well. Everyone on our team feels that way. And so go ahead and grab that. You can take a picture of the scan code here, or you can put this this root cause 7 into your browser and it'll pop up either way. And okay, I think, yeah, I've probably talked long enough. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pop out of this. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, because what I want to do, oops, and I know that we are having some weird technical difficulties today, so everybody's watching on the live stream instead of being live today. So that's okay. Everybody can watch this. And so what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and I'm going to I need to do this. I'm going to grab a link and I'm going to put it into the chat for everybody. So it should show up on the live stream. If it's working right, it will anyway. But just in case, let me just go ahead and give our phone number to our clinic, to our main office. It's 760-460-4349. And if you missed it, this is a recording, you can back it up and you can, right? And if you have any questions at all, just call, right? We are here for you. We're real people, right? We're doing great work in the world and we would love to help you too. Okay, so let me also, I want to grab, I told you I was going to give you that step-by-step transformation cheat sheet guide. And so I just need to grab it really quick and make sure that my cat stays out of the way. This is, you know, he does this. This is Steve, and he does this almost every Wednesday. I think he just wants to be a part of everything. Say hi, Steve. That's Steve. He doesn't really like being held, but he likes getting in front of the camera and getting hair all over my desk. All right, so let me find, we love that, by the way, when we all work together on the Zoom. We love it when kids and animals do the, you know, the photobombing thing. We just have fun with it. All right, so let me go ahead and let me grab that link for you. I just had it up a minute ago, but of course, now that I want it, I won't be able to find it. Yeah, I can. Yes, I can. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There we go. There we go. And there's the link. Give it to me. There it is. All right, now I come back over here to the Zoom and share. And I'm putting this link right here in the chat. And what this is this is our free guide. And I think you're really going to love this. I mean, take the time, go in there and just read this. And there's not only one video, there's a whole bunch of videos in there. There's so much stuff in there to just make you feel great. And even if you just sit down with it for like an hour and start watching one of the videos or read some of our information, you're going to be filled with hope, because I'm going to start giving you the real science, and I think you're really going to love it. So let's go ahead and let me say this is our, oops, oh, it would let me type that. Hang on just a second here. Don't go away, grab this. This is the step-by-step cellular transformation guide. Okay. Now I have hair all over me from the cat. Real life. Okay. All right. So, and let me also put our website in here for you too. There's our website, and let me also put our phone number in here for you too. There we go. There we go. All right. So hopefully, if we're not having more technical difficulties, all of that should pop up on in the chat boxes, all on the YouTube and on the Facebook and on the Instagram. And if it doesn't, just call us, okay? Right, we'll be happy to give it to you. All right. Okay, so just want to thank you for watching the live today. I hope that you learned some awesome stuff. And most of all, I hope that you come away from this with a new feeling of understanding that you are actually filled with some hope now. And I remember the first time I got that feeling when I watched someone's videos, and it was from a video that the Lord actually gave me to show me the science. And I just knew right away. I just knew, oh my gosh, it really was an answer to prayer for me. And it literally saved my life. Learning about functional medicine and precision root cause science, I would not be sitting here in front of you today if I hadn't learned this information and started really taking the bull by the horn and taking responsibility for my own health. And so, of course, that's my mission. That's what the Lord created me to do. That's why I'm still alive today. And so this is how I serve the Lord every day, by teaching you this information. And so I would welcome you to come and sit down with us and do an appointment. Let's talk about your root causes. Let's talk about how to take you to the next step of getting dramatic results in your health. All right. Okay. I love you guys. I hope to meet you soon. Bye-bye.